Yeah. Aloha and blessings, everyone. Aloha and blessings. Welcome in to the Sunday Saloon. As you may have noticed, Mr. Spider is not here today. He left with the rails. So there's that.
Were there ever rails here?
You know what?
No, they were an illusion.
That's what our imaginary rails. I just said that because he's usually the one trying to keep us on track, and he's not here today. So let's have some fun, boys. All right, I am Beastman. Let's get these intros out of the way today. We got a versus special today, and that is Great Escape versus Von Ryan's Express. So let's go around, give general thoughts on the movies, like how we do with all verses. If you want to give a score or where you're leaning, go for it. If not, it's up to you. We'll start at the top. Mr. Graham Robbins. What's up, brother?
Ahoy, hoy, meat bags. How you doing?
All right.
Gosh, man, I love both these films. You know, I'm gonna save my vote till the end, but
yeah, me too.
Yeah, gosh, you know, one of the things I really like about, well, first of all, John Sturges, I love that, you know, he collaborates with a lot of the same actors. So it's neat to see, I don't know, Charles Bronson's semi one-dimensional. He can only kind of play one beat.
Yeah.
You know? He didn't do any rom-coms. But I like that, you know, he collaborated, anybody that's seen, obviously, The Magnificent Seven, you're going to see a lot of really, you know, Jim Coburn, you know, obviously Steve McQueen. Some, you know, we talked about this film on Giles' stunt stream too, about some of the, specifically Pigeon. I'll let you go in further depth on in that avenue. Yeah. But yeah, I love, you know, both of these films actually, you gotta remember, this is in the 60s, so not doing the happy ending was kind of, that was not what most films were doing. And I like that both. Now, that said, Von Ryan's Express, if anybody's read the book, it's not how the book ends, because there is a sequel, so that should inform you that the film ends differently.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Von Ryan's Return, I think, is what the sequel's called.
Yeah, written by Michael. I wrote it down somewhere.
Okay.
Carry on.
There you go. So anyway, I love war movies. Obviously, I love both these films.
Oh damn, that would be nice.
But gosh, man, I am leaning one way. So.
All right, Mr. Pigeon. Good general thoughts and introduction.
Hi, Livid Pigeon, British guy. So for me, it's going to be fairly obvious what my favourite is, but this was close. Great Escape was a 1963 film. Von Ryan's Express was a 65 film. And I think Von Ryan's probably came out because of the success of The Great Escape. It was a massive hit. Star-studded cast, very Hollywood production, filmed in with British. I don't know if it was filmed in Britain in Ealing Studios or Pinewood as well, but whether they came over, but I know they filmed in some parts of Switzerland or stuff for the actual motorbike scenes and stuff. I'm not sure where that was filmed, but two good films, two very different reasons for why they're good films, but they are both escape films and they both run the same sort of thing. They both have an American arrogant leader, one who's very much not liked from the very beginning until he pulls a stunt getting some soldiers naked, and one who's just nice from the start but just doesn't want to be involved and gets involved because something really harrowing that happens when they find the tunnel. But as I said, being British, there's only ever going to be one winner of this, but it was close. I'll tell you who it is at the end, but it's fairly obvious.
All right. Miss Macarah, any thoughts on the movies and your introduction, sis?
Oh, well, nothing too fancy schmancy about me anyway. Just love hanging out with all you good people.
Quiet. Nice sleeves, I know.
So we did review Great Escape back on Real Talk. So this is my second time kind of rewatching it, and well, second time at least for this. Recently, I used to watch it with my grandma, but second time rewatching it recently. Yeah, it's definitely a great one. I love James Garner. He's a great actor. Steve McQueen, of course, you can't go wrong with him. I think I like The Great Escape more than Von Ryan's Express. I'm not particularly like music-wise, I preferred Sinatra, but acting-wise, he wasn't like my favorite. He's a bit
have much of a range.
He's a bit of a pretentious prick. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in the film.
There's no
Fair
bit
enough.
about
I'll
it.
lend to it.
There's no bit. It's all there.
Yep.
All right. You good, sis?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Mr. Rohlin the Wretched. Intro and general thoughts, my brother.
Oh, good morning, everyone. I'm feeling a lot better than I did yesterday, as I was talking in the back about. Let's see. I guess I don't think The Great Escape would do very well modern-wise. It's a long burn. They probably could have cut some of that stuff out. I mean, it's almost 3 hours. I think you're running at like 2:52 or something like that.
Yeah.
They probably could have cut that out. The interesting thing is we have almost an exact reverse in the two movies. In Von Ryan's Express is at the end, one guy dies and everyone else that's still around basically escapes.
Yeah,
At least
they all
that's
get out.
what until part 2, which I have no idea there was a second. I haven't read the book, so I didn't realize there was a part 2.
No.
While The Great Escape, James Colburn gets away and everybody else either goes back or gets shot by the SS. So you have a
three
total...
get away. Because
Is
Danny
it
gets
3?
away as well. Yeah, Danny gets away as well.
Okay, all right. I only remember James Colburn. I
only remember one getting away.
They show him with the French Resistance. I don't remember.
Yeah, Danny, they get away in the boat. They just
on the little boat. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. On the little boat. All right.
And that
you're,
does go with the actual facts of it. Only 3 people did escape fully.
Okay, but
And they were Dutch and Russian, I think.
Yeah, and you've got a difference. You were touching Frank Sinatra, Von Ryan. He's basically what I would have called a shake and bake officer.
Mm-hmm.
Basically during World War II, and this is actually what they did is they took people who had certain skills and basically they give them 90 days and they make them an officer and they threw them out there, especially with pilots. Anybody that could fly an airplane, they definitely wanted them in the military. So he had a certain viewpoint. This is actually the perfect story of no good deed goes unpunished. Everything he tries to do in the movie, because he's actually trying to be judicious in nature, ends up coming back and biting them in the ass.
Very last line.
And of course, all the Brits are being assholes, but they were actually right from a story standpoint, except for the tribunal. They had no right to do that. That is the one thing when they were going to try the Italian.
Oh, von Ryan's. Yeah.
When they were going to try the Italian leader or the commandant. No, you don't get to do that because you guys can't be objective. They would have never had a tribunal like that, and nobody would even brought it up.
There'd have been too many. There'd have been too many captains, sergeants, and majors to say no, you can't do that.
Well, you couldn't even get an unbiased. Everybody there would have been biased because they were all locked up by the guy. You need to have something impartial. So that was the one thing that I agreed with. In my opinion, they should have, instead of sticking him in the hot box, they should have drug him with them and gagged and tied him the whole time. That would have been the better option. You could have you had like over 200 people leaving that camp. You're saying you can't carry one guy that's gagged and tagged. So,
well, realistically, they would have shot him in real wartime. They would have just shot him.
Oh yeah.
Quite possibly, but that's not
on a predates it.
That's not Von Ryan's character in this. No, he's a straight shooter, and like I said, no good deed goes unpunished. I mean, if anything, they should have shot that German officer that they were carrying along in the train the whole time.
Yeah,
and because they already had somebody who could speak German. Once they figured out the plan, by the way, that was so convenient that somehow the Padre speaks German.
Rolling intros, buddy. All right.
Sorry.
It's
minor thoughts, Roland.
Sorry. Sorry.
Quick thoughts.
That's it. Sorry. I'm done.
Listen, man. It's a testament. No, and it really is, bro. It's a testament to these movies that you can just keep going and biting on stuff, but this is like this and this is like that. You know what I mean? Like it really is a testament to that. So
don't feel bad, Roland. I've been told brevity's not my strong suit either.
I let the Graham too. I was like, all right, let's kind of gauge Graham. Let's see how he does.
If we weren't known for talking too much,
I'm working on
our friends and partners, we wouldn't be here.
Well,
all right,
I think that's one of the things. Everybody on this panel is not known for their brevity, so we all fit in.
Mr. Darth Jaeger, aloha, my brother. Thank you for coming on and being a guest this Sunday. Your overall, quick thoughts, if you could, and introduction.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm Darth Jaeger. Hope everybody's having a tremendous Sunday. Interesting two films, really. Like I think we said this before about when we've done these contrasts of different kinds of films that are the same sort of film. They're very, very different, of course. I think in some parts I found Von Ryan to be a little more light than The Great Escape. I don't know, maybe that was just because of the music they use, and then you get to the end and it's like, oh, okay. So that happens. But yeah, I thought it was kind of fun too that The Great Escape, had Steve McQueen and James Garner in it. And we just talked about those guys in two other films, Grand Prix and Le Mans, sort of separately. And, these great actors at the time doing all sorts of these wonderful films. And I don't know, let me see. Great Escape is just an epic, it's a wonderful, wonderful epic. And there's so many characters and so much going on. And I think I agree it might have been a little bit long, but I mean, you did need a lot of that time to introduce and a lot of these characters, which I think everybody gets their due in this for sure. Every different character gets something unique to do, and in the end, you have what you have, a great film that's remembered by generations.
Yeah. Our other guest this morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are at, Mr. SteelLegofHistory, Robert. How are you doing, my brother?
Pretty good. As long as we don't get another storm today, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching these every time I visit my grandmother or my grandfather in Illinois. These were great movies. Do I remember as much detail as everybody else? No, because I only watched them when I was little, never visited them. So I first time watching these again was actually last night. My niece comes in, asks me what these were, and she loves these old movies because I've been introducing them all the movies I grew up watching. And yeah, they were long, The Great Escape, but I remember watching Battlefield movies. God dang, I can't even think of the movie now because my memory's crap. But it was a Civil War movie, and it had an intermission. So yeah, long movies don't bother me. But
Red
these,
Band Courage, maybe.
no, it was the last battle we had before the end of the Great Civil War. Yeah, Gettysburg. Yep.
Oh,
so yeah, they actually had an intermission on that. It was the last movie ever put out in the theaters in the 90s. But yeah, Great Escape, it was a little bit more darker, but the Bond one had a lot more sense of humor. But towards the end, like you said, it had a surprise I wasn't expecting because my memory's not as good as it used to be. So I definitely enjoyed it. I'm going to watch it again. My niece loved it. I got a little bit of trouble because she stayed up all night watching it with me. So yeah, we'll be watching it again today. As soon as I get done with this and we eat dinner, we'll watch these again because she wanted to watch them tonight. So yeah, I'll be watching more movies again with her, which means I'll be making more popcorn.
All right. Yeah, man. So I watched both of these this past week, and like many of y'all, I mean, it's been years. I remember watching The Great Escape all the time with my grandpa and my dad. When I watched Von Ryan's Express, like I had memory of it, but it must have only been like once or twice. Like there were scenes like, oh shit, yeah, I remember this, but like nothing that I could recall. Yeah, so watching it again, kind of like Robert was like watching it for the first time, and yeah, I really like both of these movies. I really did. It's just one was clearly better to me personally. So we'll see. We'll see where we end up on it at the end, I guess. But yeah, that's all out of me, Miss Donna. What you got to say, sis?
First off, disclaimer: war movies aren't really my thing, but I did enjoy both movies as classics. I'm also in the camp of The Great Escape was better not for a couple of reasons. One, I agree that even though Von Ryan's Express I think was commercially bigger than The Great Escape, most of their acting was bland, and primarily definitely Sinatra. I just don't like him as an actor. Great Escape has better character development, I think, and that's probably part of why I like The Great Escape better. Other than the fact that I also like the cast better, just generally. I like James Garner better. I like Stephen Quinn better than the cast that was in Von Ryan's Express. It's just a personal taste for me.
That's fair.
All right. Let's hit up a few of these chat folks right quick before we dive into it. What's up, Mr. Doomiverse? How you doing, brother? All right. We got Jimmy. What's up, Jim? Solocano, he's in there. Just like everybody on the panel, just flooding my chat. Here we go. Dottie Man, how you doing, darling? All right.
Hey, what's
up? Hey, Andy Masterson, what's up, brother? Oh, take this down. The OG of the OGs, Mr. Old Man Hatfield. Aloha, my brother. Rolling down. We got the Wasps in here. How you doing, sis? Shout out. And the lovely Dame Deborah Perkins. How you doing, my darling? All right. I think that's about it for now. More of y'all roll in, bro. We'll shout you out. Shout out to my girl Astrid. She always catching us on the replay too. But yeah, so I gotta go Great Escape. Like right, I kind of leaning heavier on that, and kind of like what Donna said. Like I just felt the characters were more fleshed out. You got more time with them. Yeah, it was long, but like we said with several other long movies on this channel, it didn't feel long. Like while I was watching it, like it always kind of kept you there. So yeah, I think that was my biggest thing, man.
It's got good writing. You're not going to notice the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, hey, jump in, y'all. This is the time. Go
It
for
was
it.
definitely harder
think-
for me to stay focused with Von Ryan's Express than it was with The Great Escape. It just didn't keep me as engaged as The Great Escape did.
I think the thing that Von Ryan's has got going for it is it's a shorter film. I mean, they're on that train halfway through the film, and it does get there fairly quickly. But from then on, it just becomes a generic war film rather than an escape film up until the end, really. Because they're escaping by train, there's no real conflict apart from on the train. So and the end is good, and there is a fun fact that Trevor Howard nearly died in the scene where they're lifting all of the rails on the bridge. Apparently there was an accident and one of the trellises landed on his leg or near his leg and nearly killed him. He got pushed out of the way by one of the members of the team, but it basically nearly got crushed. So, and there was a lot of issues on the set, especially with Sinatra. He was a bit troublesome. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's a good film. The only thing that distracted for me really with Von Ryan's was the lack of subtitles, which I get. There are some films that you just don't get the subtitles come on. A lot of old war films and those films, sometimes they would just miss the subtitles out. They'd have been on at the cinema, but they just never got moved onto DVD or whatever, and you had to rely on the DVD company basically adding the subtitles. And for some reason, the copy I watched didn't have them, but they didn't really detract from the story too much. It's still quite enjoyable. But it's not a patch on The Great Escape. The Great Escape is the best escape film ever made. I mean, I put this is my verses. I put these two together knowing full well that The Great Escape is probably going to win 8-0.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to show them both as just they are good. They both do have the same sort of parameters in them in a way, like with having like throwing in an American basically for an American audience. But the Von Ryan's, it does it fully for the American audience, where The Great Escape is basically
the Beast asked me who was guilty of this versus.
It was me. It was me.
I'm glad
It was the bird.
watching them again.
But the tier list that comes out of this is fantastic. So
Nice.
I was going to say a lot of the films on that tier list are going to be okay. Yeah, there's the escape happens or whatever. There's going to be some on that list.
Yeah.
That are that way.
You didn't pull
the one
you?
you mentioned to me, I said, "Oh, that's a good shout." I didn't even think about that. Brilliant one.
I think the tier list is going to be a lot harder to judge than the two movies.
Well, not The Great Escape.
Right,
That's
right.
it. There's no ifs and buts about it.
You didn't pull no, did
it does
you?
have problems.
Yeah.
Like you said, the run time is long. And again, we grew up with it. It would have been the cut version on TV. They probably cut out about 20 minutes of anything because a lot of the violence you couldn't show. I remember they didn't show the Scottish guy on the barbed wire
on the fence
when you were younger, yeah. Which is what leads to the escape being, going fully through that they commit because of that happening.
Yeah.
And, Steve McQueen fully commits at that point.
Yeah, it's Steve McQueen's like call to action in this, right? Is finally seeing the consequences, right? Because he's tried to escape, so many other times before, right? And then there's really been nothing but he just gets thrown in the cooler for a month or something.
Yeah, this time he's okay with it.
Yeah, he's okay with that, but then he sees somebody who's become a friend of his,
who's going through
right in front of him, and then suddenly that's okay. All right, I'm in fully, right?
Yeah, because they kill his friend, and because he can't take it anymore.
And
that's understandable because he was the escape.
Yeah,
he was the escape artist first before Steve McQueen comes, and has been in the cooler like several times before. That's why he's about to break. And I did like for British people, that is a turning point in the film. Certainly, it's like now you hate the Germans for what they did, and obviously
So for Von Ryan's Express, what would you all say was the defining scene of the movie? Because we have the motorcycle chase in The Great Escape. What would be the defining scene for Von Ryan?
The Italian girl putting on the stockings.
Yeah.
That
buddy.
didn't go. That didn't
was a
go
nice scene.
anywhere. That
No,
was-
the
was-
scene for
that
Von
should've
Rafael
Ryan's
been
Macarah is
Express.
easy on the
Yeah.
eyes. I'll give you that.
The scene for Von Ryan's Express is the final scene. That's
Yes,
that's what
that
I
is the
remember.
defining
That's,
Pretty much
scene.
it, yeah.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
made me put it in the verses, because I wanted to see what other people thought about it, whether they felt it was justified death or not, and without knowing about the book, is it a good death?
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Books.
yeah, he goes out he goes out a
when-
hero.
I
When
didn't know about
Ryan
books
has to
until
shoot
now.
Von Clement and Gabriella, I thought
Yeah.
that was
Mhm.
like,
It's quite
'cause
villainous,
again,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. For me, I know it's not the big action set piece, but as far as like his character, sort of, yep, there's
Yeah, horrors.
you
of war.
are.
Yeah.
They hate you have no
Yeah.
friends here, homie. I thought that scene for me was the again, it's not loud, it's not a big action set piece, but for me, I thought that from informing his character and sort of what he's going through, I thought that was the
Yeah.
most impactful scene.
I think the other scene I think that did that for him was right at the very beginning, where he refuses to sit in the old lieutenant's or colonel's chair.
Mhm.
So he then has one side, like, immediately has a lot of people turn against him, but then he immediately tries to soup, and it is quite a funny moment. He's like, "Bleh." And like I actually like laughed at that. It was a nice bit of brevity in it, but it did show that he's a controversial character. Basically, you either love him or you hate him, and you eventually like him by the end of the film. And like I said, that he gets the people on side, the soldiers on side, by making them strip. And that then forces the Italians to give them better uniforms.
Better
like,
uniforms, yeah.
Give him
Yeah.
clean clothing.
he plays them basically. He pretends to be on their side and then plays them. And I think that's great. And then James Garner does the same thing in his side. He befriends a guard, but when really he's just trying to steal his wallet. It's the same kind of situation with it.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it's that guard though that also figures out where the first tunnel was at.
Yes,
Right
yes.
when they're ready to
Yeah.
finish. The worst thing about Von Ryan Express was it's something we talk about these days. There isn't a lot of transition in this movie. It's basically it's plot by numbers.
Yeah.
It just goes from A to B to C to D. The Great Escape has transitions. There is time for it to breathe in between the main plot points. There's really, and like you said, especially when you get on the train, there's no breathing basically left. You're just one plot point after another until we get to the end.
And
So
it is
that's-
realistically stupid, because they'll just send up a Fokker. I said Fokker. And they would just strafe it, it'd be over. So realistically, it is a stupid story. But
in the end, of course, they send those planes in and they use their rockets just to shoot a bunch of rocks in front of it and take out part of the track, right? So
yeah.
You could have just fired those rockets at the train if you wanted, but
and blown it to pieces. Yeah. And that would have ended the movie. But like I said, the only thing, the only problem I had with The Great Escape is I think they could have cut down some of the development. There's certain things they could have removed or shortened up. They didn't have to show. They didn't have to show too much of the digging. I mean, we get it. We get it. It keeps collapsing because you don't have enough wood. All right, good. Let's not hammer.
Story, basically.
Yeah, and and we get all the things that's going on here, and Steve McQueen keeping going back to the box. Okay, how many times are we going to play this one? How many times did he end up in there? 4 or something like that?
But because at the end he goes in again, so 4.
Yeah, so I think 4. So we didn't have to play that game. Yeah, we didn't have to play that game so many times either.
Yeah,
that would be a great time to have a montage, maybe, instead of having it theme.
Yeah, like they did with the showing how they would, we need to have signs it's got to be perfect so that no one will get to see what we're doing. And then they show them doing the signs to each other, hitting the tin cans moving them, and tapping tapping a pipe and stuff like that. They did that one too many times, probably. Quite clever the first few times you see it, but then they do it another few times, and it's like you don't really need to do that. But it is in keeping with the film, and if you don't mind it being a long-running film, then it's fine. But yeah, I agree. It could have like I said, with watching the British version, they cut out about 20 minutes anyway, just like the minor violence in it. So I think they cut out when Steve McQueen does the jump, they cut out being in the barbed wire because he clearly is in some barbed wire, and I think they cut that as well. So really, yeah, there is stuff you could cut.
Well, and you could have cut out the moonshine thing too, or whatever.
Yeah,
because that would have never happened in a POW camp. Sorry, that thing would have been sniffed out in a heartbeat, and then been like, "Nope, you aren't doing this." And all those guys would have ended up in the box.
They wouldn't have done the alcohol. Yeah, they wouldn't have let them drink the alcohol.
No, and the amount of potatoes they were using for hypergolic fuel for the V2 program, like they were at an absolute premium. If they found you were stilling it to drink it, not for fuel for rockets at Pinamunda, yeah, that's a huge fucking problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd say it is a true story, but I doubt that was part of the.
That was embellished at the very least.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, Steve McQueen wasn't an American. I mean, well, Steve McQueen was, but the actual guy that's based on wasn't an American pilot. He was a British fighter pilot. He's well known. I think Graham's got one of the screenshots of what his name was and stuff, but which we could go to at some point.
Yeah,
but yeah, he was shot down and basically was an escape artist. I think he eventually got caught and sent back, and he did survive. I think he eventually got sent to Colditz, like most of the escapees did eventually. And we all know what happens at Colditz, but.
Lee Kenyon, he actually went on to be an illustrator for a bunch of films and books, like Robert Heinlein books and stuff, and he's one of the real characters in this story. I mean, this story happened, but a lot of them were fictionalized. His story, for the most part, is what actually happened.
Yeah, I think they just basically changed the character to an American, which is fine because it was, if you want to bring the American audience in.
Well,
to me, Donald Pleasence is my favorite character because he plays blind. And he looks blind. He looks like he cannot see. And I would imagine they maybe used contacts at the time. So, one of the first people. I don't know.
I think that's one of the things that they used to great effect in that is the fact that he was nearsighted, and there was the concern that, hey man, maybe you're not the right guy to be doing this. Yeah. And it's funny because he's an artist. He's very gifted.
He's the aerial photographer and stuff. That's why he gets shot down.
But I think it's also a metaphor when they're in the camp, because not everybody's on board initially. I think it's a metaphor for being short-sighted, not seeing the bigger picture of what's going on here. I think that was very much intentional.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it leads to one of the funniest lines, like when you've seen the film so many times. What do you do here? Oh, I'm the forger. And you just because you've watched so many times, it does make you cool when he says that. There are some really good brevity moments here, like when Steve McQueen's taking out all the bedding. All the wood from the beds, and then McCavish jumps into the bed, and he just dies.
He jumps on the top bunk and falls all the way through the bottom.
And it's going to happen, but it's a really good moment. Like it does have better comedy moments. There are a couple in Von Ryan's as well, but not many. Von Ryan's is more gritty. I'll give it that. Like I said before,
there are no Hogan's Heroes moments in Von Ryan's.
No, there wasn't.
There was not.
I'm glad it wasn't.
It was very gritty in that way as well. The way it was filmed, it was done very cheaply I think it probably was done in Italy as well. It literally does have spaghetti western written all over it. So I would imagine there were some Italian producers and stuff involved. I haven't really fully checked into it, but obviously it's filmed in Italy. So it was done on a cheap budget. You could tell where they're being there's voiceovers and stuff like that. And like I said, a lot of it's done in German and Italian as well, and that doesn't happen that much in The Great Escape. And even when it does, it's subtitled. And then we get the famous, obviously the great Gestapo officer in The Great Escape, who you can then go, oh, Kelly's Heroes. Great Escape is better for that. Certainly, there are more stars in it, more people to recognise. You can go, oh, I know him from that. I mean, David McCallum, for God's sake. Like a lot of people are going to know him from NCIS or Sapphire and Steel or not the Avengers, but he's got so much of a background that people know him. And then Trevor Howard in Von Ryan's, they've all got good characters and good actors, but Great Escape, he just by far beats it. I mean, Garner was great in it as well. I think he's one of the one of the Garner and Donald Pleasance is probably the best for me, the best two characters in the film.
Yeah,
Especially the
I
way
agree.
it ends
Yeah.
for them.
You certainly
Like
spend the most time with those two characters, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of
Yeah,
really
you
get to
get
know
to
them
know-
well in the story,
Yeah.
which makes it.
I mean, Steve McQueen's a close second, but you know, you can tell he's kind of injected just for that.
I like
scene,
Attenborough
basically.
sort of understated, but distrustful initially, but then befriending what was his name, Headley. And we needed. It's funny, you didn't think it looks like he dies, but he goes on to found Jurassic Park. So
Yeah.
Guess he learned nothing.
Nature will always find a way.
you can't put a bunch of animals in a cage and expect it to go right there, dude.
Exactly.
Apparently, on the set, Steve McQueen and him did not get on at all. Steve McQueen was a bit of an arsehole on the set, apparently, on this one. So we've got Sinatra being a bit of a dick on the set of Von Ryan's.
Showing up for film in a fucking
Yeah, but
helicopter and shit.
Sinatra,
Yeah, Steve McQueen
Sinatra was
apparently
always
was
an asshole.
Yeah, Steve
Yeah.
McQueen was apparently they didn't get on him in Attenborough, but I don't know about the others. But it's well known that they had some beef. But that lends to the film because it makes them a bit standoff with each other until
Yeah.
they have the drink, and then sort of
Yeah.
it calms down a bit. But yeah, Attenborough is really good in this as well. I remember it being the first film I saw him and thought, I'd like to see what else he's in. And then he obviously goes on to, or had done 10 Rillington Place before that and stuff. So he was already an established actor. Most of them were. I think, this was Steve McQueen's breakout film in Britain. Any films before that he was big in? That I can't think of. I mean, there would have been. He was in The Blob. That was like
Yeah.
59,
Oh, you're talking about the old classic Blob movie. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah, good film.
Yeah.
I mean, the remake was all right, quite gory. But
Yeah.
the first one's good.
Mhm.
Didn't get to me as much as that one did.
Nah,
Especially
it was
that pipe
just
scene.
more. It wasn't as good. Like the first one, The Blob is like more psychological. The second one is just
Oh, yeah.
gore, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both good in their own way, but The Blob's better.
Okay.
The original's better.
Well, another problem with Von Ryan was him thinking that, well, the Americans have landed, the Italians are screwed. Well, we can just wait here for the Americans to come and get us.
Yeah.
And not taking into the account that the Germans are still around, and well, they're not going to allow you guys to just hang out there until the Americans show up to rescue you guys. And that was, I was just like, when he said, "Well, we'll just wait," I'm like, "No, you won't, because the Germans are going to be there first, and if you guys are there, they're going to shoot the living hell out of all you people." And sure enough, there's a fighter flying overhead, strafing the prison camp.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you guys need to get the fuck out.
Yeah, if they would just stay in there as POWs and said, no, we don't want to escape, we'll just wait here. That's different. There would just be a change of guard, basically, from Italian to German.
Exactly. Well,
and that's
if the
what
Germans
did happen, but I think
thought
when
that
it's
was
based, it's based in 41, isn't it? I think Von Ryan's. So there's still a few years to go.
When
'cause they take
did Italy get invaded?
Oh.
44, right?
by the
Italy got
yeah.
invaded 44.
I think it might have been earlier than that. It might have been 40.
Operation
Husky?
Husky.
40.
40.
I think it was
It
43.
was 44. It was 40.
Yeah.
It was 44 because they marched into Rome on 5
Oh, yeah.
June,
Oh,
and
okay.
General what the fuck was his name was like, "I'm going to be the
Patton.
conqueror of Rome," and then the next day
Patton.
Normandy happens, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, Pat.
Got none of the credit. He
45.
was really salty about it. General, not Bradley. General. Oh, I'll think of it.
Anzio
Was it Patton?
Jim says.
No, it wasn't. No. This guy was a dick.
So was he.
Well, as Pigeon would say, a right proper cunt.
Yeah.
No,
No
I'll think-
comment.
give me a minute. It would no, but Patton had his use. This guy
yeah.
was a up jumped fucking like Roland was. This guy was a shake and bake officer. Got up jumped to 2 or 3 star.
Yeah.
Mark Clark. That's what it was. General Mark Clark. He's a boner.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he was
Yes.
like British people would have called him a Rodney, like in army terms, he was a
Yes.
Rodney.
Yeah. Very much a rod.
Major Rodney, or it's either Rodney or Roger or something like that, but there is a term for it. Yeah, he's a cunt.
Well,
No denying
at
it.
least Patton had one redeemable quality. He hated everybody equally.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was good at his job. There's no denying that.
He
was a bit out
didn't.
there,
He did
but-
not like anybody. Maybe Bradley, and that was about it. He didn't like Ike. He sure as hell didn't like. God, who was the the lead of the leader of the British, freaking
Oh,
Montgomery. Oh, he hated fucking Montgomery.
Yeah, he didn't like him at all.
No.
Well, Montgomery was ruining it, like Tobruk and all that. He was ruining the back. Eventually, the
He was
Battle of
taking
Baltic
it. He
was
was taking headlines from him and other things too. So yeah, and Patton was definitely all about his headlines.
Oh yeah, because they wanted Montgomery really bad. They couldn't, like, that the whole thing with the fake tanks and all that. And he had his own double, which is another great film. I was Monty's double.
I have a question for the war people, the war movie people, and just the war buffs in general. So the one-eyed Italian got wrapped up with them when the Germans came, and they're like, he's an officer, an Italian officer. He doesn't belong with us. And they're like, basically, fuck it, y'all the same. Y'all just staying together. We're not fucking with that. How does that happen? Like, what the fuck was that all about? Were they on the same side or something? I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Sorry, I missed that. Well, I was voting.
So the one-eyed Italian, right? There's the one-eyed guy in Von Ryan's Express.
Yeah,
he was an Italian officer, and he ends up getting wrapped up with them towards the end, right? And the Germans just kind of keep him with the prisoners.
Because some Italians openly hated the Germans. They weren't fascist. They didn't believe in Mussolini. So
they weren't in the Mussolini.
Yeah.
You're forgetting when Italy gets liberated, the first thing they do is basically draw and quarter fucking Mussolini and fucking leave him in the square. So the Italian people were not a huge fan of him, and there was a lot of dissension in the Italian army about this. They didn't like that they'd been drug into this. A lot of them were not fascists like Mussolini and like Hitler, and they, at the moment they had a chance to show their colors, they fucking rolled on the fascist element. And the freaking Allies really didn't have to do that much. The Italian people took that shit mostly into their own hands. So we didn't have to bother
Italian
with that
soldiers,
shit.
right? That happened.
You
see that right at the very start, right?
Him up as well and said he's an ally rather than a axis of evil. So he'd have been stitched up by his own people and said no, he's pro-American or pro-British. So he would have been. There were Italian prisoners of war after the invasion.
Yeah.
I mean, you had dissension everywhere. I mean, you had the French underground. Like I said, a lot of people in Italy were not on board with this. I mean, there was definitely a lot of dissension in Europe regarding this, regarding fascism, and
real fascism.
Real fascism, and and.
Let's not talk about the American Democrats who were holding power in 1939 and 1941. History and all that. I am a history major. It's kind of what I covered. The rise of the Nazis. But yeah, you're right. There was a lot of division, especially in Italy. A lot of the Italians didn't want to, and they were seen as not as cowardly as the French, but they were seen as very turncoatish to for their own means, sort of, the Americans are here, it's time to serve you now. Like that sort of thing. But I think most people who were invaded did that. You've got to stay alive. That's why the French did it. We make jokes about the French being cheese-eating surrender monkeys, but realistically, what a choice did they have?
Well,
like they fought.
They
so big.
They were freaking retarded. I mean,
they let him in.
They pointed all their guns in one direction and dug a bunch of trenches and said, "Oh well, we're going to fight another war just like World War I." And the Germans were like, "Oh no, we're not."
They put all their pillboxes in the wrong place, facing the wrong country. Like the Marseille line was an absolute disaster, and it basically led to them being conquered within 3 weeks. They took the whole of France.
Yeah, they just steamrolled. They rolled into Belgium, rolled right around their backside, and it was all over with.
But you got to remember, the only reason Germany lost was that he decided to invade Russia so he was fighting two different fronts, basically.
Well, they thought after the battle. They thought after the Battle of Britain, you guys were done, and thinking someone's done. No, You make sure they're done.
Yeah, the
You
weather
guys
saved
weren't
us.
done. Yeah, you
No,
guys
Weather
weren't
saved us
done.
twice.
Changing the bombing campaign from the airfields to the cities. I mean,
Yeah.
Britain was within a few days of being.
We
I mean,
literally had, I think it was 2 airfields left that
Yeah,
were working.
there-
We were still able to lift off.
I
but-
mean, there were so many of those decisions that Hitler made that were fortuitous and blunders, and like you mentioned, invading the Soviet Union. Early on,
In
I
the
think-
winter.
in
In
the
the winter,
winter,
no less.
Winter.
Yeah.
thinking that
Stop.
Blitzkrieg is going to work in the
Do you
world.
not learn from a certain
It's not
French
close.
person that was?
Yeah,
not
you
a smart idea?
should have asked Napoleon what happens when you invade Russia in the winter.
In the winter.
Right. I mean,
Enemy of the
there are
Gates
so
is a
many
very
of those
good
examples.
story for that.
Well, and early on, when they, I mean, all of the Low Countries and France and they were ready for a redo of World War One. Very static war.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
you have the Maginot Line, you have Fort Epinamale, you have all of these static revetments and defensible positions, and then give the Germans credit for saying, well, why don't we just go around them? And they go, yeah, cool.
Well,
Okay,
exactly.
fine. Like it's
Different
obvious now, but-
warfare.
Yeah.
Different warfare. War advanced, except if you were French from World War One to World War Two.
Yes, that's true.
The
But they
French
didn't
were
have
still
to
fighting
collaborate.
World War One. They
Yeah.
thought, well, we're just going to dig a bunch of trenches and shoot at each other all day. And Germans like, no, we're not. We're not playing that game. You guys are a
We'd
bunch of
like
fucking
you to
morons.
introduce you to
This
this
time.
thing called the Panzer.
Yeah.
Say hello to the Panzer Division. And
Give
again, that is the reason
Manstein
they
credit
screamed
for
through.
figuring it out. So.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Well,
the Germans would have won if they had enough oil. They would have won. I mean, again, Battle of the Bulge is one of my favorite films, and that's very it takes a lot of liberties, but it basically gets to the crux of it. That Germany couldn't get across Africa because they ran out of goddamn oil.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we starved them through their lines. That's how we stopped Germany in Africa. And in Russia, they did it. They starved the lines, and that's basically how we won, by attrition. But there was no way we were going to win until America came in.
The Germans
fully
poked
accept
us
that.
twice by proxy.
Yeah.
And that was stupid. One, they send that letter to Mexico that we intercepted. Like Mexico was going to do anything, and fucking FDR was like, "Yeah, come across your border, and we'll fucking bury your asses." And then that shut up Mexico. And then the second thing was having freaking
Pearl Harbor.
attack Pearl Harbor, and that
Or did they?
Oh, fuck off! Yes, they did. Yeah. We're not getting into that territory.
I think they did attack. They did attack,
did-
but did they let them attack? That's Victor.
No, I know.
I believe they did, because none of our aircraft carriers were in Pearl Harbor that day, and neither were
Yeah,
none
very
of our
strange.
submarines. What were the two most important vessels in World War II? Aircraft carriers and submarines.
Yeah, that
And
does make me wonder.
It's just a really weird coincidence. None of those in the Pacific were in Pearl Harbor that day.
But
I mean, it brought America in within 2 days, so
I don't think so. I think the Brits knew it was coming. Yes. Do I think they?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just let it happen.
Yes,
not
they
that
knew it was coming.
engineered.
Did they? But did they know definitively? No,
they didn't
because
know.
nobody had broken the Japanese code at that point. All they could do was kind of get an idea, and I don't think they had enough intel to say, "Hey." And even if they did, Washington was being very pig-headed with the strategy in the Pacific. Everything was focused in Europe. It was, I mean, or at least as far as Lend-Lease was concerned, there was no. I don't buy that. It was just luck that the air carriers were there. We did not know how important they were going to be until after. I mean, you knew because of Toronto, but you didn't have Pearl Harbor. And then when was Prince of Wales and they were sank like a couple days later, right? So the definitive lesson of air power absolutely trumps big gun battleships and all that. That lesson had not been learned yet. I mean, it seems obvious to us now, but I don't know. I disagree, Roland. I think it was just. I do think. It was,
it was me. It was me that brought it
I
up.
find it very, very.
No, I'm refuting his. You're insane, Pigeon, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I find it very, very hard to believe we had 3 aircraft carriers in the Pacific, and none of them were in Pearl Harbor that day.
I think it's
0.
enough to question.
And
it,
how many?
but other
I
than
don't
that-
even know how many active subs we had at the time, but we probably had at least a dozen that were based out of Pearl Harbor,
I think we had
and
19.
none of them.
We had
19, and none of them were in Pearl Harbor that day. They were all out on patrol.
It's the old thing, the old adage, right? Do you want to apply malice, or do you want to apply, just stupidity and incompetence?
Right.
Could have been
like
which is more likely, right?
10 feet apart, all out on the tarmac so that they don't get sabotaged, putting them in nice, neat rows for the Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that stupidity, or is that?
Or is
Yeah,
that,
no, I think it's stupidity.
You got to remember, like you said, Graham, we didn't have, you didn't have a great deal of intelligence at that time. It was America, because America weren't thinking about that. There obviously was some, but you weren't sharing with Britain as well the amount of intelligence at that point that you then did after that point. So, the Enigma hadn't been broken. Like you said, the Japanese codes hadn't been broken. You weren't even attempting to do it because you didn't think that they were stupid enough to try it. So I think, on your point, I think it was a surprise attack because the Americans didn't see it coming. Thought they were too big for their boots.
We were pretty hubristic at that point, if I'm being honest.
I mean, you had the firepower, you had the ships. Probably the greatest navy that hadn't gone out into the waters. Really, the only other good navy was Britain to a point, just because the amount of ships we had. It wasn't the firepower, because the Bismarck would have blown half of our ships out of the water. And it was only by pure luck that got taken out.
Yeah, I did look. It was 3 days later. Prince of Wales and Repulse were sank by aircraft alone 3 days later. So that's what I'm saying. You have Pearl Harbor, and then Prince of Wales and Repulse get sank, and it becomes very obvious to everybody that, okay, big gun battleships, surface engagements, thing of the past. We need to completely change our paradigm, and from then on, then you get to, okay, these are the most valuable assets we have. At the time, they didn't think of them as valuable. So
it was destroyers and all the other stuff that were the big dogs.
Yep.
Aircraft carriers were secondary.
Didn't mean to hijack this to World War II. Oh God, I could go on for hours.
No, I think Beastman told us to start talking about this, so this is his fault if he's derailed.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it would mean a lot more because it
could be worse. You could be showing pineapple pizza. That's just.
I mean,
well, that's why they bombed.
It's kind of funny that we're kind of rolling back now that maybe battleships are, because they're not useful for combat at sea, because that's not how they work. But if you want to do a land invasion, boy, they're your top. They're even better than bombers or anything.
They battered the landscape for like 2 days before anybody learned.
You just
literally from our own shore.
Blow the shit out of you. You can take out a grid with one gun from a battleship. Yeah. You can blow up an entire grid. So how many guns
during Vietnam, because the captain got pissed off at some guy. He's like, "Oh hell no!" He took his guns and pointed at that mountain. He just wiped it all out.
Yeah.
Well, is it HMS Belfast? It's been decommissioned now, but the guns on that, like that's in the Thames. The guns on that are pointed to a service station called Scratchwood, which is about 30 miles away. And they said if they fired those guns, it would hit Scratchwood. The channel is only 26 miles, like at its shortest point. So we could literally fire on the Normandy beaches without even leaving port. We didn't, but we could have done. And like as obviously as D-Day happened, we pummeled them like from halfway across, because obviously by that point they know we're coming. But that's why Golds and Ohio was so successful, because we just pummeled the shit out of them. Luckily they had pillboxes, and they did obviously, fight back. We made massive mistakes on that day as well on certain beaches. Was it Gold where a lot of the Americans were killed? Was it Gold or Omaha? There was massive casualties. But that's just because the ships missed the pillboxes. It was just sheer luck.
Well, we had the same problem in the Pacific. The Japanese were so dug in places. It didn't matter that we had to root them. We had to root them out a foot at a time.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
lost a lot of good people. Can't remember. I mean, I watched when we were going to do Flags of Iwo Jima. Watched that, and you know, half those guys didn't make it home. Half the 6 did not leave Iwo Jima alive.
I think
I'm trying to remember who the Marine Corps. Yeah, because none of those guys had to go back.
It was
they could have. God, who was
it the fifth? It wasn't the big red one. I think it might have been the fifth. Because the people who planted the flag was the people who planted the flag were the fifth. I'm sure they were.
Yeah.
So I'm not too up on American. Like, ask me any British stuff, and I'll be able to tell you. But American, I don't know too much apart from the bulge.
Well, speaking of these two movies, anyways, there's something I never knew because I'd never spent any time in a German prison camp. Is the idea that that you still had the chain of command going on even on the prisoner's side, right? On the prisoner's side, especially. You'd summon it, and if somebody was a higher ranking, then it was all deferred to. Doesn't matter which army you were in, British or American or Australian or whatever, right? And that was interesting to me in both movies. And I was also thinking about the way they liaised with the commandants. I thought was very civilized, and you always think about these things, and if you have any experience with it or hasn't studied it, I always think, wow, they must have been just horrible to these prisoners all the time, right? But I guess they weren't. I don't know how close to reality these movies are when it comes to that sort of relationship.
That very much existed in British and American. The other
Geneva Convention was very much adhered to on that side. Japan, different story.
Japan, very different.
And both sides, admittedly, both sides, because obviously the Japan were committing atrocities, but then Americans heard about what was happening, so retaliated.
There were also very few prisoners taken for obvious reasons from in the Pacific theater. But the one thing I find interesting that the Brits did that we didn't, and for all of the efficiency and how fastidious the Germans were, the Sicherheitsdienst never thought to take the officers and put them up in nice settings and then listen to what the fuck they were saying like the Brits did. The SAS just anytime they'd get high-ranking German officers, they'd put them up in country houses and shit and just let them talk and listen to what they were saying. And they gained more intelligence from that than anything else, than by brutalizing them. And the Sicherheitsdienst never did anything of the sort. I find that really curious. But
really interesting. Yep.
Okay, I found the guy, Gunnery Sergeant John Basilone. If you watch The Pacific, which is the HBO miniseries, it kind of centers around him. Now, he won the Medal of Honor for Guadalcanal. Okay, and basically, this guy, this was it. If you're a Marine and you win the Medal of Honor, you are like one step away from God.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do anymore. Like inspections or anything. Basically, everybody has to salute you no matter what rank. There's just a ton of it. And basically, Basilone, the main road through Pendleton is called Basilone Road, named after him. And anyways, so he's doing recruiting stuff back in the United States. And he doesn't want to do it anymore. So he goes back into combat. They didn't have to do this at all. He could have rode out the rest of his life being happy, but he was a Marine first. And he, of course, went to Iwo Jima and got killed. And by the way, just to let you know, in particular, the basically to get the Medal of Honor, you as a Marine, basically you have a 99.9999999% chance of death. And only one person as a Marine has gotten it twice, and that was Lieutenant General Chesty Puller. And I don't know how the hell he survived twice. But usually you don't survive the first one. But if you do, you probably shouldn't roll the dice. He rolled the dice, and yeah. I mean, he got killed at Iwo Jima, and you know, all the props in the world for being brave enough to do that. But there's sometimes where you got to think about other things in combat.
Who was the guy? Is it Sawback Ridge? Is it the Andrew Garfield film? Is that
Hacksaw
He's a
Ridge.
medic.
Hacksaw
Ridge.
Yeah, what was his name? Desmond Doss.
Was that based on it was based partly on a real guy, wasn't it? He saved.
Yeah, no, Desmond Doss.
Like Japanese and American.
He's a real guy.
Seventh-day Adventist or something. And is that what he was? I can't remember what religious
in the film he's a pacifist. He's a pacifist, but he's a
but it was because he was like Seventh-day Adventist or some or
I think they say Mormon in the film, but might be an artistic license. Yeah, but I mean, eventually he does.
A real dude. He was a medic that didn't carry a rifle. And was he a Marine? I think
he served with
the Army,
but as a
Marine.
Was he Army?
He was a chap. He was a medic, wasn't he?
I can't imagine they'd let a Marine
refused to carry a gun.
Just objector or a pacifist. That seems
no. He wasn't an objector. He just refused to carry a gun. That's all.
Yeah.
He checked
in the film. He does
see if he could not do it, and he's like, "Yeah, you can seriously do it," but they were like, "You're gonna die," but somehow he managed to survive.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of amazing heroic stories that happen. Like you've got World War II pilots who fall out of planes and just break their legs and survive, and all sorts of things. I think there's one that fell into a snowdrift and had no injuries, and like Douglas Bader, like loses his leg, comes back, becomes a better pilot than he was before.
Yeah. So Jimmy brought up a good point in the chat. Audie Murphy won the Medal of Honor in the Army. Audie Murphy, who they based. That's Steve Rogers. That's who they based. That's
a couple of guys did, didn't they? I think Shane. I think he won a medal as well. I think Tyrone Powers won a medal.
Yep, Audie Murphy may have been. I mean, when you read what that dude did, and I know he later became a Hollywood actor, playing himself sort of semi-autobiographically.
Yeah.
He was just a. I mean, being shot multiple times. He took on he was so effective that an entire German battalion or squad or whatever surrendered to him because they thought they were fighting a bunch of soldiers and it was one dude. So he had to hold
there were some funny enough berserkers.
Yeah, man. I mean, the only guy that in the entire war that even comes close is Mad Jack Churchill.
That's the guy that did loads of. Is that the guy that did loads of drugs as well? And
no, Mad Jack Churchill was the guy who's got the last confirmed longbow kill in war because he was a British like Queen's Dragoons, whatever the fuck.
I've heard the name, but I don't know why.
He would storm the beach with a claymore and a longbow and bagpipes because he said any soldier that went into battle without his sword was improperly dressed. So and the Nazis thought he was insane, so they kind of took pity on him and they didn't shoot him because they're like, oh, this guy's out of his mind. So he'd run up into a pillbox and start hacking them to bits with a sword and shooting arrows at guys in like 1944.
I think that's the same sort of story. It was a Norwegian soldier, I think, because I know it happened in Snowy Turns, but he, for some way, shape or form, he'd taken loads of LSD for something to do with a scientific experiment or something, and then he basically walked into a German camp out of his face, and they all thought he was so crazy they just let him keep going. And he eventually escaped to Switzerland, I think it was, but like he was off his face for I think it was like he was awake for a week or something like that. He was completely off of it, and they had to give him more to get home. He got a unit home. I can't remember his name, but it's a fascinating. Like it was a document. I think Jeremy Clarkson did a documentary about it, or one of the. James May, maybe, but it's quite an interesting story.
There's
loads of stories like that.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's like just amazing survival stories, and even to this day with like wars now, like Iraq and stuff. Like Hurt Locker's based a lot on truth. It's like stories of soldiers that have been injected into films.
That's why I love these war movies because it's peeking the story history of my grandfather and others who fought in these.
Yeah, it's good to see war films coming back as well, like Sisu.
Oh yeah,
Inglourious Bastards. I know that's quite a while ago now, but I think Band of Brothers probably, and
Oh, that was a great
those
show.
sort of things have like brought it back. Obviously, Saving Private Ryan, it made the war film like popular again for a few years, but it sort of fell away again, didn't it? And then they tried with westerns back for a while, and that didn't really work. Apart from the
Are we ready for the tier list?
Yes, let's read. Well, let's get who right. So we're all voting The Great Escape. 8-0.
I'm voting Great Escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think
Pigeon, Great Escape. Macarah, Great Escape.
Yep.
All right, Darth.
Oh yeah, Great Escape. Absolutely.
Robert.
Great Escape.
I'm Great Escape as well.
Rohlin,
Donna?
you there?
Great Escape.
Is Roland here? He disappeared. We're voting.
He will be The Great Escape. So
Yeah.
I would assume he would be. So, all right.
All right, 8-0. Great Escape.
All right, here we go.
Did anybody on the panel not vote in the poll? Because we're stuck at 50-50.
Someone did twice.
Someone else did twice to cancel that out.
Like pineapple on their pizza.
Huh? Yeah,
Pineapple Boy voted twice.
Some people did though vote for the first Hot Shots versus Top Secret first before you put up the second.
No, what it is where Beast is signed in on the Kick account also.
Yeah.
It posts in both chats, so he actually got a YouTube vote and a Kick vote.
Shame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think chat's pretty much saying Great Escape. So Old Man Hatfield says Great Escape because he's obviously got great taste. But yeah, I mean, it was quite a loaded dice one that I put down here, but it was just more or less to bring the discussion about how different they are, but how the same they are. I mean, one's clearly better than the other, but you still have a film like Von Ryan's and someone just stand by it 100% because it still is a good film in its own right. It's just if The Great Escape didn't exist, Von Ryan's would probably be a lot higher up on the list because I would say it's probably a C.
It's not saying that Von Ryan's not a good film because it is.
No,
it's not. It's not a great film. It's just compared to The Great Escape.
Yeah.
So along those lines, where do we put The Great Escape? Do we think it's an S? Do we say A?
Absolutely an S. I could understand if people say A, but it's S for me.
No, I'd go S.
Yeah.
Anybody to the contrary? Anybody think it's not doesn't belong in S?
Yeah, I'd say he stays there.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Okay. Von Ryan's Express. I would say A, but what do you guys?
Yeah,
think?
just by virtue of the vote, I'd say A.
Yeah.
That's a fair pick.
How many of you have seen Stalag 17?
Nope.
That's the one with the light bulb, isn't it?
I have not.
It's been so long, I don't remember the name. Most of these I've seen him, but I don't remember.
You might remember it. You might remember it from this. They find out who the spy is because he puts a knot in.
Yeah. Because mostly I saw him as a kid, but I didn't catch the beginning because usually my relatives were watching it, but I didn't catch the initial beginning of it.
I think Stalag 17 is a solid B. I don't know that it's got enough meat on the bones to move it to an A or an S, but
no, it's not an A or S, but it's definitely a B.
Anybody have any disagreement with that?
No.
Okay.
Because it is it's quite a niche film as well. So
sure. The Shawshank Redemption. To me, this is one of the greatest films of all time. To me, this goes.
I've read the book, so I'm going to say A, but I can understand why it says.
Okay, it is different. Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption is different from Frank Darabont's The Shawshank
I like
Redemption.
the book, but I can never stand the movie.
Yeah, there's a few obvious changes. Morgan Freeman is not Irish, but
yeah, maybe it's because I'm Irish.
Why do they call you Red? It's because I'm Irish.
And that's funny. That is maybe a very good example of where you can race swap and it doesn't matter if the actor is good and that doesn't really change the outcome of the story.
Exactly.
That's an instance where I have no problem with the race swap at all because Morgan Freeman's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, again, if you don't know
so here's my thing, right? So if they race swapped him and then they did a whole subplot about the guards treating him different because he's Popolo, right? That
Right.
would have been an issue, but
Correct.
they didn't.
Yeah, but they
He was
didn't. They
who
just
he was.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
it was
treat
a
him
black
like
man.
that
He was
because
supposed
he's
to
a
be
prisoner, not
Irish or
because
whatever the fuck it was. No, he was a prisoner, just like everybody
Well,
else.
yeah.
it does get brought up once when they're on the roof with the beer. I think he does say something to him then, like it's a bit of racial tension. But other than that, and that would have happened in that period of time anyway, so it would have made sense. It doesn't,
Right, but it was but it wasn't a whole subplot of the movie.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't his whole identity.
Exactly.
To make a joke out of it. So
And his character arc and his identity does not revolve around that. His identity is he's a prisoner just like all the others, and he's friends with Andy. That's
he's not
his
an
arc.
elf.
Yeah,
He's not an
We're
elf.
doing the tier list, Pilot. We're talking about Shawshank Redemption right now, darling.
Well, it's a tier list of escape films generally.
Yeah.
War films that are generally about escape or will have an escape in them.
Sure.
That's which is why the big red one can't be in it.
Right. I know. I mean, there is a capture in it, but
I mean, you could say that about.
That's why I left it off here, man. I know I had it on my list.
It does get an honorable shout for that.
Yeah, sure. So are we okay with where she be?
Oh yeah. I can understand.
Definitely.
I would put A, but that's just me.
All right. Next up, Papillon.
The original
Papillon.
Yeah, S tier.
That was S.
Not a war film, but an escape film.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as Great Escape or Shawshank, but it's definitely in the S tier, I think.
Yeah, for what it is and what it's talking about, and the sheer. I've just thought off another one. For the sheer like grittiness and darkness of it, yeah, it's a fantastic film. But it's his own thing, really.
Yeah,
it's kind of the Midnight, which is the other film I just remembered. It's the Midnight Express. Like it's the older version of that sort of thing, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's a little bit more obscure. Pigeon, sounds like you've seen it. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. Anybody seen this?
David Bowie.
No, I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that.
It's been a long time, but I have seen it, and I do recall it being a good film.
I think this is an A. I don't know that it rises to an S, but I think this is an A because from my recollection, this is the first time we get sort of a peek inside a Japanese POW camp, and at least a shred of humanity from the Japanese side. Does that scan, Pigeon?
Yeah. I remember watching it and being not blown away by it, but being really. It was a very emotional film. It's got some really
so a recommended watch then for those of us who haven't.
It's an absolute
it's a good movie.
It's good.
Bowie is really good in it.
Yeah,
he proves he can act in this one.
All right, can we get that name one more time?
Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
Mr. Lawrence. Okay.
It's got Empire of the Sun vibes to it.
Very much so. We'll get there.
Yeah.
You can see.
Another one I've just remembered, basically.
Oh, here's a good movie.
Here we go. Highlander. Just kidding.
They're
the only one.
ARS. It's a really good movie.
But another film.
The Fortress is awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know that it rises.
I'd be happy with
I
either.
don't know that it's S, but it's certainly A plus.
I mean, I'm okay with it right here, but I don't know that I put it in S.
I would, but I don't know if anybody else would. I watched that so many times as a kid.
Yeah, I would say A just because of what
it can be.
It's dark. It's definitely dark.
It is.
The sequels are bad.
Oh, it is horrific.
Second one's not
awesome in their own way. I think.
Yeah, I know.
If Highlander the original didn't exist, Highlander 2 wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah,
exactly.
But unfortunately, it exists. So.
It exists, yeah. And hopefully they don't screw with the new one.
Looking so forward to that.
I know.
Oh, we got a certain actor
who
loves lore, so he'll hopefully make sure they don't.
Who's cast as bad guy in that? I can never remember his name.
Bautista.
David Harbour. Oh, is it Batista?
Don't give me
yeah. I'm worse
than Beardo and Jay when it comes to names.
I'm terrible. It's like I can remember a film in my head, but then you ask me to name a name.
I had a knee doctor. I kept calling him Boner before I got his name right.
Hey, Pigeon, for you and I, that's the drugs doing the work there, homie.
Oh hell yes, yeah, speed. You killed my brain.
All right, Escape to Athena. I think B, but
yeah, comedy. It's a good comedy.
Yes, but I don't.
Again, it's a Kelly Heroes kind of vibe.
Yeah, yes. Again, Kelly's Hero. It's in that vein. It's fine. It's great. You know,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of that sort of war comedy genre, whether we're talking like Down Periscope or Sergeant Bilko or any of those, and they're fine. You know, even Baba Black Sheep was, you know, more of a comedy. You know, but anyway, everybody fine with B for that?
Yeah, just for Roger Moore's performance alone, hamming it up, chewing the scenery.
Yeah, I'm good to B.
Escape from Colditz.
Oh, it's not the best film because it's not very well produced, but it's a good story. So I
was going to say, I think from the limited budget and what they had to work with, I don't know that it can rise to S. But for but on the flip side,
the glider scene is
it's actually quite good.
Yeah.
Anybody have any objections to A? Where do we slot this puppy?
And again, a true story as well.
I think it does belong behind the others, but it's.
I was talking about Escape to Colditz. There was one thing I didn't send you. Do you know when James Garner and Donald Pleasance are flying through the Alps, or they're flying towards the Alps, and they fly over a castle? That's the Colditz Castle, or it's at least the Colditz Castle they use in the film. I don't know if it's because the original Colditz Castle got blown to shit. So, but it's certainly the one they use in the film.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool, you know.
But yeah, A's good for me.
You guys are all.
I'm fairly sure it is anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
Again, not a big Hollywood blockbuster, but again, not to me. This is one of those. They don't have the budget. I'm like, oh, they didn't have the budget.
Sometimes those were the best movies.
It was more about the story, and it is a good story. It's a true story again.
Escape from Alcatraz,
build a glider.
based on a true story, with a very, very unknown outcome.
Yeah,
I think
it's still unknown, isn't it?
Yeah, they still don't know.
They've never. His body's never been recovered. So
they think they found a piece of the raft on the other side of the bay, and they found.
It says that in the film.
I think
it's fair for that one.
But this is in that. This is when Eastwood's branching out from the spaghetti westerns. He does the Eiger Sanction, Escape from Alcatraz. He starts doing these like more thriller suspense type films. And I think that proved that he could do the things like In the Line of Fire.
He's really
for all his other cop movies, right?
Yeah, this is before Magnum Force and those.
Yeah,
this is right before Magnum Force, I believe.
Yeah, and it's another character who doesn't really want to be involved until certain things happened, and then he's like, right, let's go, we're going for it.
Yep.
He's not really bothered either way, sort of thing. And then because
classic
story.
I'm good with A for Alcatraz.
So
what'd you say?
You're gonna go what for Alcatraz?
I said I'm good. I'm good with A for Alcatraz.
Yeah,
I like that one.
A is for Alcatraz. So.
Yeah.
He did not go.
This is true.
Well done, Darth. Okay, this one, while not technically a full-on escape film, those aspects are part of this, and it's part of the central sort of thesis of the plot. So, The Bridge on the River Kwai.
S tier. As an escape film, no, not S, but as a film, S.
Okay, well, we got. Come on, now we got to treat it as an escape film. To be fair to the list,
I mean, they do escape eventually, so
yes.
They do get liberated. So, is it an escape or it's liberation? So, I'd have to say shouldn't even be on the list.
But
really.
if
you're going to put it on,
is their actions to help aid in their eventual rescue, escape, whatever.
And they
meat of the film.
Yeah, and they do cause a lot of sabotage that eventually leads to their escape. So, or their liberation, which is really an escape. It leads to that. So, I think you get it. It's a given.
So I think because of that because it's not I think it prevents it from being S as an escape film. But Sir Alec Guinness and his
It's
performance in this.
Oh,
if-
I
and
mean,
again,
I like the movie. I just wanted to, set the parameters of it. Yeah.
yeah, no, I agree.
No, I think you're both right. It's not technically an escape film, but it is an escape film because it does lead to them being freed. So
Yeah,
by
they're
their own
prisoners of
actions.
war. Their whole goal is to get out.
And
you
again,
know,
based on truth, in a horrifying part of the war, what happened to that group
Sure.
of people.
Okay. Empire of the Sun.
Good movie.
Again,
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
This is
I'd say S tier just because it is
Absolutely
a
S tier.
fantastic story.
has everybody seen Empire of the Sun?
Christian
Yeah,
Bale's
yeah.
first.
Wow,
Absolutely.
since I've seen it, but it's one of my favorites.
So
It's Christian
directed by
Bale's first.
Bale. Yeah.
starring at what? Christian Bale's 13 years old in this?
Yeah, still got
Yeah.
his Welsh accent.
He was a little
Oh
kid.
shit, that's right. Yeah, Woody
He's
Harrelson
playing-
is
he's
the
an American,
American,
but you can hear the
in
Welsh.
the POW camp. This is based on the life and times of Kurt Vonnegut.
Oh, is it? I didn't actually know
yeah.
that.
There you go.
Kurt Vonnegut. It's sort of semi-autobiographical.
It's a very,
Oh.
very good film, and it doesn't hold any punches with how evil the Japanese were. I mean, he does have a couple of sympathetic characters because he's a boy, but yeah, I mean, it's dark, and it's got an amazing end. Like when that plane flies over, and he's waving the flags. It's one of the most iconic scenes in film history. Absolutely stunning film.
Yeah, what does he say?
I'm okay with S. Yeah.
What does he yell? Is it Cadillac of the Sky, or what is it that he's yelling at when it's going by?
It's something like that, yeah, because that's what the guy eventually, like his mentor, he dies, and he's talking about it being the Cadillac of the Sky. Who plays that? The guy he looks up to, basically, he's a pilot, and he gets killed.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I can't remember.
It's been I haven't watched it in years, but I remember when I did. It was a fantastic film. I'm going to watch that again tomorrow, I think.
I got to add one more to this puppy. Give me just.
I say, out of all the films we've seen so far, that's the one film I want. I'm like, yeah, I want to watch that now.
Okay, there we go. Next up, The Great Raid.
No, I've never seen it, so.
That's the movie I think I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
That's the one that I think shows Japs torching the camps.
Yeah, this is set in the Philippines. So you got the Bataan Death March.
God.
But this film is actually, it is a flawed film.
Oh, yeah.
Very flawed, but also very cool. So I struggle with B and A.
Do people escape it?
I have not seen it, so I will see it from both.
It's based in,
I would give it
people escaping. Okay. That's it. I can't give it a 1. So,
What is the name one more time? Sorry.
The Great Raid.
The Great Raid. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I have to watch that as well.
And it's set in the Philippines campaign during World War II.
I actually really like this movie. I like it.
Cool
Hand Luke.
Yeah, Cool Hand Luke. Absolutely.
That is a great fucking movie. Pie.
How many eggs did he eat?
Good one.
50. Even though nobody could eat 50 eggs.
No, you couldn't. Absolutely not.
No, unless you want bad outcome.
Great Raid.
Okay. Next up is Andersonville. This is Jimmy reminded me, and I can't believe I forgot about it. Anybody seen this one, Andersonville?
No, never even heard of it.
Civil
Yeah,
War.
I haven't seen it.
I
It
should
is
write that one down as well.
This
I
one's
believe
brutal.
I believe Jimmy gave it a high B. I want to
I
say.
saw it when I was a kid, but
And I was gonna say I think it's a B.
Is it one we should watch?
Yeah, because I think it's an insight into the not very often talked about situation of conditions of prisoners of war during the American Civil War and how brutal that was. Because nobody really keys on it. They don't talk about it much. You hear about Gettysburg, or you hear about Fort Sumter, and you hear about all the other stuff, but you don't ever really hear about, okay, when all the fighting's done, then what? The Red Badge of Courage, and you don't hear about, they put these guys in an absolute, just literally a cesspool in the center. There's a creek running through the middle, and it's a fucking
God, I know some stories about what happened.
It is brutal.
Pacific, yeah.
All right. So regardless of what you think about the movie, technically it is an escape film.
Con Air is kind of, yeah. I mean,
Con
yeah.
Air?
They stole a whole fucking plane.
Oh, Con Air. That's a good movie.
Yeah, you can do
And
Con
another
Air.
one
That's a
where
good pleasure movie.
Got Colin Meaney in that one as well.
You know, and
Cyrus
I
the
will,
Virus.
I
Reverend.
don't really care about your proclivities. I just want
John
to know-
Malkovich just chewing fucking scenery.
Oh,
I can buy that all day
yeah,
long.
that
baby.
space top of the plane is amazing. I
Yep.
wish I knew that off by heart. That's it's so good.
Okay, we can do it.
Why couldn't you put
Another
the bunny
great
back?
suggestion from our lovely mod Pie Wacket. Thank you, Pie.
Well done, Pie
Right,
Wacket.
yeah,
Bloody
that's a
well
good one.
done. Okay,
I'm
we're-
sure we're all thinking of something here, and like while
Well,
we're
now
talking about these,
Jim's
so-
asking another question too. Would you consider Rambo 2 an escape film?
I was about to say Rambo.
we can
Yeah,
do Rambo.
Or even Missing in Action.
a Missing in Action.
Yeah.
That's the one I was about to say. Or POW.
Yeah, Missing in Action is a solid one. I like that. Actually, I like that one.
Probably Chuck Norris's best film. I know that is very.
Yeah, I think
Controversial,
Missing in
but-
Action overall is. Don't get me wrong.
Behind Enemy
Walker's
Lines.
good.
The
But
Delta Force I love, but I think Missing in Action
Yeah,
This
is
is great.
he showed
Oh.
him for he should, like he didn't
Oh,
really use
snap.
karate, and it's just
No, listen. This definitely counts.
Oh,
What
brother.
about Behind Enemy
Okay.
Lines?
I'll
Well,
grab
that's
it.
that's
There
the
you go.
Odyssey.
Oh, brother, where art thou? This
it is
definitely
Godzilla.
counts. Pie. I
They do
fucking
I mean,
love
yeah,
this
I mean,
movie.
it may be the Odyssey, but they do escape. So I've
Pie,
only
you're
seen
you're my brand new favorite. You were my favorite before. You replaced yourself.
Yeah, I do need to watch that because I've only watched a bit of it.
What about Behind Enemy Lines? Pilot who crashes and
Oh,
has to
Behind
escape.
Enemy
Oh,
Lines.
yeah.
That's a good shout.
That is a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, you might as
One
well
of my
just start
favorite movies.
stacking them up, Graham.
Yeah, I'm working on it. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Well, if
You
we're
gotta
going to
make up
do
for the
that,
last
then
time
we
I
need.
saw him.
If we're going to
He
do that, we
was
need Enemy
talking.
Mine.
Oh, Enemy Mine.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That
they have to
Enemy
escape the planet.
Mine is
What
a
a classic.
really, really good film. Very
First
good.
trans.
film.
That's the first
Okay,
trans
not
film,
okay.
and maybe
Listen
my
now,
film.
not a film,
Yeah,
it's a
Morgan
TV
Freeman.
show.
The alien,
But the
right?
first season of Prison Break, what did you guys think?
Oh,
Honestly,
yeah, that's a good.
I
first
didn't
season
like
was
a
good.
shout as well.
the
Rest
first
of it
season was
good.
fucking
Wow.
great, right? That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
It gets stupid by the end. But
Oh yeah, it gets
enjoyable.
fucking wonky after the first season. But that first season was fucking on point.
Well, if we're going to do TV shows, there, you're going to have to put in Lost.
Never
And
watched
Hogan's
those.
Heroes.
No, yeah, and Hogan's. Did they ever get off the island in Hogan's Heroes?
Hmm,
Did
don't
they ever
know.
complete the story?
All right.
Don't
Not
know.
not Hogan's Heroes, Gilligan's Island. Sorry.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually
They
they
get
get
off
off
Did
the
I
island
think
of
a
Gilligan's
mini
Island.
series or a movie?
But yeah, Hogan's Heroes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good shout. Yeah.
Gilligan's Island is a thing, a show on how not to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah,
They do
that's the whole
everything
point of it.
wrong.
And they try
Everything.
to and never do. I mean,
And how the
there's
guys would
quite a
never
few
really
shows if you
take
think about
advantage
it.
of having single ladies, because in reality they would be their
Oh.
wives.
Well,
They would have to
yeah.
populate the
maybe
island.
that's the reason why they didn't get off the island. They were just sort of,
Exactly.
got these two young ladies here. We might as well.
I mean, if
Macarah,
we
you're
get
on the panel talking. She's in the
Uh,
private chat suggesting movies. Macarah, you're on the panel. Say it, darling.
like I said, Flowers of War with Christian Bale, and
Yeah,
you
that's a
have
good movie.
Prisoners
Oh,
of
yeah.
War with Scott Adkins, directed by Louis Mandylor. Them trying to get away from the Japs.
Good shout again.
Oh.
Two I didn't know.
Flowers of War and Prisoner.
I believe that was Macarah's first slur on the channel. Congratulations, Macarah.
There you go. Huh? Well done.
Technically,
Well done.
I did say shit right before the stream.
Well done.
Wait, let's see if this works.
There we go.
There you go.
Don't make me
I
send her one
swear.
my spare legs to throw
Soundboard.
at you.
All right, Macarah, Flowers of War, and what was the other one?
Prisoners
Oh,
of War, Prisoner of War with
Scott Adkins? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
What about Tears of the Sun?
yeah,
Shopping
good
for your
one.
next car?
Oh,
What about
for
third row
fuck's sake.
seats?
God dang it. Hang on. There we are. Sorry.
God. Thought we just
plagued
got
us
rid of that with
last
Sal not being here. but
Hey,
no,
listen, I
not
almost
with the
thought
star.
Spider was back running the
I
trailers.
was going to say, I just pulled a fucking Sal, didn't I? Fuck me.
His ears
Throwing
burn.
Spider
Hey!
under the bus.
What's the view like under there, Spider?
Yeah, grab Tears
Well,
of the
we
Sun.
did escape from
Yeah,
the
I'm
commercial,
on it.
so that
Got
counts.
it. Yeah, escape stuff. I mean, I can't really think like nothing's springing to mind, but there's so many.
Well, I
of
mean,
those sort of films.
we don't
Anyone
have very many.
anyone got this one? Old man doesn't remember.
Bat 21, yeah, it's a good film.
Oh, yeah.
It was basically it came out at the same
Bat
time
21,
as
yeah, Bat
Behind
21.
Enemy Lines.
Never heard of that one.
That was during the
Might have
period where
watched it,
people would
but-
bring out lots of films of the same sort of genre at the same time. And those
A lot of
two
those
came
movies
out
I
within
watched
a year of each other.
2 or 3 in the morning, and I'll just turn it on. Oh, this looks good.
That's Gene Hackman as well. Or was that Enemy?
Bat
Gene
21
Hackman.
was,
That's
yeah.
Bat 21, and he's brilliant in that.
Okay, let's add these puppets. Whew.
But let's get to the tears of it
Earning
all.
that paycheck today, aren't we?
You're getting paid? What the hell?
Yeah, that was legit. That's the it's all
I'm here for the love of the game. I did put like an honorable mention.
Speaking
like,
of, that's actually a really good movie for love of the game. I really like that movie, and people they erroneously call it For the Love of the Game, and it's for love of the game. But if we're gonna get into,
I say you could put Blue Lagoon as an escape movie, but it's kind of. It's more of a stranded movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Lost or any of that.
Very controversial as well.
Technically, then Castaways on that fucking list.
Yeah, it's the same sort of vein. We could do that as another version, to be honest.
We've added the 2, 6, 8.
Yeah, let's stick with what we got.
Yeah, Con Air. I'm gonna go. I love this film. It's cheese dick.
Yeah,
but it's got Dave Chappelle.
It's not S tier. It's a high A.
Certainly high A.
I think it's a high B personally, even though I
can accept that. Like an in between A and B.
Yeah,
a B plus. I'll give because it has
like
some terrible stuff in it.
Cole Meany has that line where he rolls up in that 67 convertible Corvette, and
then they destroy it when they hook it and fly off with it.
But when John Cusack goes,
why it loses points.
Beautiful, and he goes, "No, sunsets are beautiful.
No,
this is fucking spectacular." Yeah.
It gets a B because the bunny does survive. So
Yeah, it's all torched and wet. God. I mean, it's like
it's got PTSD, but it survives.
It's like a Forrest Gump, but he's like been through like the Marine Corps.
Yeah,
because he's I
did find that a bit weird. He that was a choice choosing.
Hello, Hummingbird.
It does work because it is Nicolas Cage, but
National Treasure, and I still think he's one of the best actors we have because he even when he sucks at something, he's going whole hog the whole way. So it's curious because it's like, why didn't you just do the accent you did in Raising Arizona? He changed it and it was worse because that was actually pretty good. I don't get it. Probably drugs and alcohol. Enemy Mine.
S tier.
I think S tier.
That's an S tier.
God, that movie.
Just because of the trans representation, more than anything, you've got to have it as a CEO.
The very first trans character in motion picture history. Yeah.
The transmissions.
Well, it's not by a long shot. But Victor Victoria beats that by a long way.
Well, that's just dressing up, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's cross-dressing. Yeah.
Cross-dressing.
Rambo Part 2.
Yeah, I'd say it's the best Rambo film.
No, first one is.
Yeah, First Blood.
Yeah, it's not a Rambo film.
The best.
First one's not a Rambo.
I think this is a high C, maybe as high as a B for me.
I'd give it a B.
I always will stand on this. First one is the only one that should ever been made.
Yeah,
but the first one's fantastic, but it's First Blood.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
B or C for Rambo 2.
You could. I'd say First Blood, if anything,
B.
Got more right being on here than anything else because
B.
Film.
Okay,
I guess B's okay.
Yeah, B.
I would have done C, but we can do B.
Let's put all the Rambo. If we say all the Rambos on average, B.
I just remembered another movie that I know.
No, First Blood is S.
Yeah, you're probably
right. Blood's S for sure, and then the book, because of course Rambo dies at the end of the book, which is why there shouldn't be any other movies. But
no,
yeah.
And as the film about John Rambo, First Blood is the best one. Yeah, you're right. But Rambo films afterwards, Rambo 2 is the better one. Let's not talk about Rambo 5.
6 of them. Of them, there were.
You're coming into my barn? How dare you?
So Dottie says escape plan. Do we have escape plan up there?
Oh, it's
Oh, with Arnie and Fry.
and Sylvester. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's got to be on there because that's
Oh,
such
no,
a
yeah,
I mean, that is
absolutely,
literally.
That's one with Arnold as well, isn't it?
Okay, here, hang on.
It was all
Good
right.
one, Dottie.
Enjoyable. I would say C for that though, because it's just an enjoyable film. There's no real.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's just
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but
I'm going to test your systems by being in your prison.
Being in prison.
It's one of those.
Yeah, but sometimes you just got to have a dumb fun movie. You know?
Yeah, it's good for what it is. Yeah,
it's not high concept like Face Off.
No. Which
was supposed to be a totally different movie.
Fantastic film.
But they
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Which I love.
Absolutely,
but,
Steel
like,
Leg. It was
let's be
supposed to be
honest.
like an expensive science fiction kind of film, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It was supposed to be a futuristic sci-fi, and they couldn't pull it off, so they did what they could.
But they still have that
wild.
moment
I
where they're in the
ended up
prison with
liking that
the
movie.
with the gravity
good.
lock.
Yeah,
which was pretty much the only thing that survived of that original script.
It's a cult film. It is one of the.
Which I don't think the movie would have worked at all if it wasn't Travolta and Cage. They played well
No,
off
it
each
wouldn't.
other.
Well, Cage. Let's just say that nothing to do with Travolta.
Yeah, that's the only thing that saved
Travolta
it
is good,
was
isn't it?
Cage.
Oh, brother, where art thou? This is going top, like maybe here. I'm thinking.
I know from I know from everyone else that's going to be S.
Oh yeah.
From what I've heard.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, it is good.
I mean,
Thank God your mammy died giving birth. She'd have seen you. She'd have died of shame.
Yeah,
That's the other thing. It has produced a lot of memes, and people can name lines off of
John
it.
Goodman playing the Cyclops as the one-eyed colonel or whatever.
See, I never got that connection really until they started talking about like the Odyssey later. I was like, oh yeah, of course, because it never really. I'm not a massive fan of that. Is it the Coen brothers?
Mm-hmm. Because he thinks though, what's his name gets turned into a mouse, not a pig by Circe, but it's like you turned into a mouse. John Turturro thinks. Anyway, yeah,
So,
very, very,
Jim-
very.
Jim
Do a
in the
whole
chat
show on
is-
that movie for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to.
We'll-
I'll have to
We
watch
can
that.
actually put it up there and do Brother Where Art Thou?
Against
Jim
what?
in the chat is incorrect. I have seen We're No Angels.
Oh, We're No
Has
Angels.
anybody else
Yeah,
seen it?
it's also no. It's
No, I haven't
in
seen
Britain.
that.
It's called Angels with Dirty Faces.
Yeah. I haven't
Good film,
seen it,
yeah.
but
No,
I know
it's a
of
good.
it.
I can't really remember. I remember watching it and it being a good film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Missing in Action. I think this is as far as action films and shit go. I struggle to put it in A,
High
but I
B.
kind of want to. I like high B,
No,
low A.
I do, yeah.
What do you
If
guys think?
everybody else was to say A, I'd accept it.
High
The
B.
same.
I go high B.
I go
High
B.
B for sure.
Yeah.
B.
Yeah. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
got
I
enough
guess B
to
then.
punch it up into the A.
Mm.
Prisoner of War. I haven't seen this one.
Can't
Oh,
remember if I've seen
This
it.
is your baby here.
Yeah, Macarah, where are we starting at? Where's its starting point? Is she muted?
Just need one of my legs to help her.
Probably either B or C.
Is Escape from LA considered an escape movie? Says Marianne. Yes, I mean it's kind of in the title.
I
Well,
don't know. I mean, Snake
Well,
Plissken's whole thing is to go in, grab something, and get out. So it's, I mean, yeah, but it's sort of
It's
part
not
of
more
really.
reconnaissance.
a rescue film.
Sal,
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
Sal,
wait,
It,
Sure,
it gets an
escape,
honorable mention because
Sal
it
hates Escape from LA, bro.
I love Escape from LA and Escape from
I
New
like
York.
it,
Escape
man.
from
The
New
John
York.
Carpenter shit's
New York's
great.
better.
I would feel like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I love the John Carpenter shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like both of them if I'm honest.
Oh,
New York's
yeah,
better.
Sal likes
One's
Escape from
clearly
New York.
better
He
than the other,
detests
but-
Escape from LA.
That's probably Donald Pleasance's best performance apart from
Apart from The Great Escape.
Yeah, I would love to walk both of those places down, but
Again, he's in a lot of great films, but that Halloween he's great in that. But
All right, so B is good for yours then, Macarah? The one you said?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Considering it was Mandalore's, I think one of his first direct movies that he was directing, it was pretty good.
Prisoner of War.
Flowers of War.
Again, not
Mm,
heard of it.
probably an A. Just
Okay.
because.
So you would recommend
Yeah.
that over Prisoner of War?
I definitely would. It's oh my goodness, it's like heartbreaking, but it's definitely
Oh,
good.
that's
like Christian Bale just gives a really good performance in that one.
Okay.
Okay, it is.
Alrighty. Bat 21.
Are you?
Oh, that was
putting it-
oh man,
are you-
that was Hatfield's.
Are you putting Behind Enemy Lines on as well?
Oh yeah, I gotta. Yeah, sorry. I'll
Because
get
if
it
we're
on
going to
there.
gauge it against that, I think it's better than that. So I
Yep,
would say
okay.
yay.
Yeah, we'll
that.
give old man Hatfield time to answer to. Where do you want it, my brother? What is your vote?
When we say Behind Enemy Lines, we mean the one with Owen Wilson, right? Where the
Yeah.
EA-18 goes down. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Lions. That's the one I was saying. That one definitely would be a A.
That's a good one.
It's not S, but it's definitely an A.
Yeah, you know,
Not high A, but it's definitely an A.
That was 01. That's crazy.
Second one wasn't so good, but
they came out the same year, didn't they? Or within a
They
year.
did another one.
yeah,
Or,
I think
well,
they
another
did
Bat
too.
21. They
No.
got it Bat 22.
Behind A.
No, they did
Behind
do
Lines.
another. I know they're remaking. They're remaking Behind Enemy Lines.
Yeah, they did
Oh.
two Behind Lines.
Yeah.
And they didn't use the original people, so
Oh,
it-
okay.
it
They're
really
doing
sucked.
another reboot
I don't even
now.
remember
They're
that.
talking about it.
Is that a straight to video release? Maybe.
Yeah, it
Hatfield's
was.
saying
He
B.
says B.
HDTV.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right,
so-
Mr. Hatfield has spoken. He said B.
Everybody
Yeah,
happy
I'm
with
happy
that?
with that.
It's been forever since I've seen
I'll
Bat
go
21.
A,
Yeah.
but B's fine.
Solid.
I'm only gauging it against Behind Enemy Lines, so I know I'd say that's a high C.
Tears of the Sun.
That's a good movie.
I
think
really
this-
like it.
this
It's
is-
one of,
I like
I
this
think
one
that's-
a lot.
I
Eh,
think that's one of Bruce Willis's best films. So apart
Yeah.
from the obvious.
I don't know that it
Aye.
rises to S, but it's close. I think it's
Yeah,
a
it's
very
not S
solid
tier.
film.
No, it's A.
It does have issues.
I think I
There's
would
a bit-
probably.
There's a bit of girl boss in it. I mean, I
Yeah.
know it's kind of,
Hmm.
but she's a bit too overpowered, really, and
I think I'd
that
put it right
ruins it a
there.
bit. It drags
Escape-
a lot, yeah. Alvin helps us, it
Escape
does.
Plan. I think C. It's dumb fun,
C.
but it's pretty
Yeah.
paint by numbers.
Yeah, yeah. It's a Sunday sit down, have a pizza movie.
See,
I
but a
think they've
good
done
C.
like 3 of those now.
yeah, it's a
Oh,
good C, Darth. You right, bro.
Yeah.
You right.
I
Okay.
agree.
Unbroken.
Not seen it. I don't think.
You know, like
story-
I've seen this and I just cannot recall it.
This is the story of Louis Zamperini. If anybody knows who he is,
Don't
So
recognize
he was,
the name.
I don't even tell us.
he was bomber pilot in World War
It
II. Was
sounds like
shot
an
down.
Italian.
But he was shot down in the Pacific. He and a couple of survivors were stranded in a raft for like almost a month.
Ooh, damn.
And then
Oh,
they
yeah.
finally they see an airplane, but it's a Japanese, so it starts strafing them. So then their raft sinks,
jeez.
and they end up, getting a couple of his guys get eaten by sharks. He finally gets
Yeah,
picked
I
up by
know
a
of it.
destroyer, but it's a Japanese destroyer. So then he gets
Oh.
put in a prisoner of war camp, which is
Oh,
then
shit,
attacked
here we
by
go again.
Allies. This dude should have died so many times. And Louis Zamperini won gold in one of the events at the 36 Berlin Olympics.
Oh God.
So, yeah, it's a crazy ass story.
So right, let's write that one down. What's it called?
And then it's actually, funny enough, this is directed by Angelina Jolie, and it's not
Is it?
terrible. Yeah,
Oh,
Wow.
but
Okay.
she had.
Oh, I remember
had-
hear about
he
this
had his
years
I-
back.
I-
autobiography
I
to
trust
go
the
off
premise,
of. So.
So you'd recommend it to watch?
Yeah, it's not the best film. I would put it at probably a high B, low A. But if nobody else has
Watchable.
seen it, I'm comfortable with
Yeah.
it.
I'll check out.
Yeah, that's your baby. You put it where you want.
Sure. Behind Enemy Lines, I'm tempted to put this in A just because. I mean, well, there's again,
Yes,
it's
when I
an,
was thinking
it's
of
an
Behind
as
Enemy
good
Lines,
film
I would say
as
that
we
earlier.
Bat 21.
A is fair for that one. for sure.
Yeah.
For me, yeah,
I mean,
for
there's
me,
a lot
it's
of
not as
military
good.
inconsistencies and things, but as an overall escape film, I'm
Yeah. I'll
He
give
should
it-
die the way that ejection seat landed, but he.
Yes. yes, any of that shit,
It's a better
Yeah,
film. It's not a better story.
No,
Right.
the story was kind of weak, but it was still
Yeah.
good to watch.
Well, Bat 21's more one man talking to another, basically.
Yeah.
The whole it's
Mhm.
like bromance, basically. And whereas
Yeah.
enemy is more action based. So
Yeah,
I'll
his
see
superior
that.
gave up his rank to make sure he got out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can accept it being. I wouldn't put it there, but that's fine.
Sure. Where would you put it?
I'd just put it in I'd say high B, same as Bat 21. They're about the same, really.
Well, we can move it.
No, if it like I'm only one person and more people.
Again, I'm high B, low A on this. So
Either one's fine.
honestly,
I like A
agree
for
with
that.
Pigeon.
I
I
like
agree
A
with
for
Pigeon.
it, but you know.
yeah, I think you make
It's no,
compelling points.
it's no better or worse than Bat 21. I just
Right.
prefer
Yeah.
Bat 21.
Yeah, it's just Gene Hackman's on the other side of the
Yeah.
radio.
That's why I give Bat 21 a high. I think
That's-
it's Gene Hackman.
Well, I would say
I don't
it was
like
an
Owen
A,
Wilson
but-
as an actor.
Wow! Wow!
Good lord. We talked about. See, we talked about Escape from New York or Escape from LA, but it's not like Snake Plissken isn't captured. He's
Sorry,
going
Michael. It's
Well,
not really.
he
a
is in
movie.
LA. He is caught in both of them, but it's all part.
In LA, yeah, in LA, technically he is captured
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a portion of the movie.
Yeah.
It's got escape in the title, so it kind of has to be on the list, but only by default.
That's not really the way it works.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But they're saying that the whole point is he's trying to get Donald Pleasance out in the first one, so they can and get him to it, so they can both escape from LA by default. So
And at the end
I would
of
say
LA,
New York counts, LA doesn't.
yeah, New York is more than LA.
Yeah,
Might as
because
well
New York's its own thing, and then
Throw in Escape from the Planet of the Apes if we're going to say anything
Oh,
with Escape
God,
in the
oh,
title's
yes.
got to be on there.
Oh dear Lord.
escape
Yeah.
from the plot of the apes. You mean?
Yeah, no.
Well, War of the
The
Planet of the
original-
Apes, they tried
The
to
new ones
escape.
suck. The new ones suck.
That's
The
true.
I didn't
originals
like
are the
them. I
better.
didn't like the new ones.
Okay, so we're saying no on Escape from LA, right? We're not doing Escape from LA.
No, but escape from
No.
LA. Yeah.
Okay. Are we doing
Do that
Escape
one.
from the Planet
Hey.
of the Apes? Is that
No.
okay? Thank God.
They get honorable mentions just because of who they are.
Like technically, they escaped the Death Star in Star Wars. I wouldn't put it on an escape movie.
Yeah, no.
So we could put 2012 in it. We could put Armageddon in it. We
Yeah,
could
the Escape from Yellowstone. So
Dante's Inferno. You know, they're getting away from the volcano.
Damn
Yeah.
you, dirty apes.
Dante's Peak, yeah.
yeah,
Escape from the volcano.
escape film with yeah. Fuck
Maybe-
me. Okay,
maybe-
Escape
geez.
from New York. Where do we put Escape from New York?
As a film, S tier, but as an escape film,
Yeah.
B.
Skate wise.
Mm,
As an escape film, B, because it's not really about an escape,
Yeah.
but as a
Yeah.
film, it's higher.
How is it not an A? Come on, yo. What are you doing to me, bro?
All right. Since you did that
Yeah.
intro for
What are
me,
you doing to me, bro?
Let's
since you
take
did
a
that
vote,
intro for
okay?
me and everything that last time, my niece loved
Let's
it.
put it in A. Listen, man.
Hey,
This
for
one is
me,
for
A.
Sally, boys.
We'll take-
you
all
did
right.
that
This one is
picture
for
for
Sally.
me
Put
and
it in
the
A.
intro. My niece loves it.
We've all
true.
had
Hey.
one. So that's your
You know
vote.
what? Steel Egg is right, and if Sal were here, he'd be screaming S, and we'd have to make the concession anyway. Between B and
Yeah.
S is A.
Well, he did
As-
that thing
as-
for me,
as a
and my
film,
niece
it is
loved it.
quite
So
It's
Yeah.
Kurt
wherever
Russell's
Beast
best.
wants, Beast gets it.
It's Kurt Russell's second best.
Fair enough.
What's his first?
The Thing.
Tombstone? The Thing?
The thing is
yeah.
a great fucking movie.
Better than
It's the best
Tombstone?
film. It's one of the best films ever made, let alone his
Better
best
than
film.
Tombstone?
True fact.
Oh no, because he's not a lead. He's not the lead actor in that. So
Yeah, it's an ensemble.
It is good, yeah.
It's an ensemble, yeah.
It's in the
Yeah.
top three.
Yeah.
Because he's not great in Stargate.
He
Stargate's
is
great.
surprisingly bad in Stargate.
It's a good
'Cause-
It's a good film. He's good in it. It's just not his best.
And I know he's supposed
Yeah,
to be
well,
a
Overboard's
monk.
better than Stargate.
You know, he's grieving his wife's death or what. I can't remember what.
Son.
I know he's drinking and
It's greater than
he's a bit,
Sunset.
like
His son,
Soldiers
that's
better
right,
than
yeah.
Stargate, and Soldiers are terrible.
Was I the only one who didn't hate him in Guardians?
no, he
I
was
didn't-
great in
I
Guardians.
didn't like him in Guardians.
Yeah, I thought he was
terrible
great.
story.
He was terrible as Ego, but he was great
Yeah.
as something.
It's
I
whatever
mean, his
he was,
acting
yeah.
was fantastic,
Yeah,
but that's
until he
not
turns,
Ego.
he's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
he
not
did.
Ego. His acting
Yeah,
was-
I'll concede that. I don't think he was a good Ego, but I liked him in fucking Guardians. I did.
I like
Yeah, I
him
liked
in
him.
Sky
Not-
High.
No, I didn't. I didn't
He's
like how
good in
where he
Sky High.
ended up, but yeah, he's
Wait a minute. Yeah, is Die Hard an escape film? Because it's a Christmas film.
Yes, it is a Christmas film.
No,
By what
it's
Blaine
not-
and
yeah, they're not.
Jeremy
It is
and
most
Peter
definitely a Christmas film.
Absolutely.
But is it also an escape film? Because he does
No.
get trapped.
no,
No,
don't even go
No.
there.
No.
I'm playing devil's advocate here. I just love.
Don't make me throw my leg at
it's
you.
got enough
Die Hard is
complexity
everything.
behind it.
Die Hard's a family film. Die Hard is a.
You don't want to add to the
Tom
I will
complexity
throw
of
this
Die
at
Hard.
you, Graham.
Oh, we're just naming we're just naming Kurt Russell films now. Overboard.
Okay, wait now. Big Trouble in Little China.
Overboard. Well, she is trying to
Escape
escape
from which
a
mountain?
marriage.
Big Trouble in Little China. They're
No.
saving the girls.
As his best
No.
film. Oh yeah, I did
we
forget about it.
we have,
admittedly.
as far as trying to spread the pizza dough thin, we can see through it, dude. Like, this is beyond Brooklyn style. This is like,
Let's not go Chicago, 'cause that's not
like
pizza.
beer.
That is
The
more
dough
like
is thin,
a
man.
lasagna than a pizza.
All right. How are we liking our list as it is right now?
It's
We
good.
liking this list? Anything that we're now that we're looking at it, do we want anything moved up or down or side
No,
to
it's all
side?
good.
We need to put Raiders in because they escaped with the cover. You know,
Pigeon, I'm gonna
their lives. Don't look, Marion.
Technically, every single Indiana Jones film has an escape in it, so they should be on.
Technically.
No, I think this is a good list.
I mean,
That guy's heart escaped from his
What?
chest in Temple of Doom, bro.
What's the film
That
with
shit.
Stallone?
Listen, to this day, bro, him pulling that beating heart out of that guy's chest, bro, and then it setting on fire, still blows my mind.
Or eating the
They
monkey's
cut
brains.
that as well. You couldn't see it.
The chilled monkey brains.
That's
Yeah,
Chilled monkey brain.
This is why we got the PG-13 rating system was for that scene, Beast, the ripping the
Oh,
heart
yeah.
out on fire. That's why we got PG-13, because they said, how the hell is this PG? And they go, well, there's not much swearing. And they're like, you can't rip the heart out of a guy's chest and set it on fire for children. And they go, yeah, good point.
Well,
Right
I
then.
think actually the original version was rated PG, and you saw a woman's boobies.
Yeah. Who
Nice.
was only in it because she was screwing the director.
And it was rated G.
Wow.
What was the there's a Stallone film where he's in a tunnel and it collapses and he has to get out.
Daylight.
It's like a cut.
Daylight.
That's an escape film.
Oh dear God!
Okay.
I mean, that really
Survival
No,
film.
Right,
no,
that's
no,
enough.
bones, people. It is a skeleton. It has been picked. Wolfers would not look at the skeleton that we've left here. Okay, I think we've exhausted it. There's no
I
more
started
young
something with this one, didn't I? I'm
Lord.
sorry, okay? What do I do again?
Don't make me go microwave some tea.
Doesn't affect me, I don't give a fuck.
The last thing I would say is, do we think that of this list,
Yeah.
heaven knows Mr. Allison?
What's the best one?
Don't know that one.
I've heard of it.
Not aware.
Is Shawshank the best escape film?
Well,
Yes.
no, I think so.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
Just,
By far.
I mean, The Great Escape's
Yeah.
close. Oh, Brother, We're Out There is close.
Great Escape is the best war escape film.
Sure,
No
but
doubt
Yes.
about it, but-
anything.
Yeah.
But I think
As
it's
a-
because
as an
Andy
escape
does get that
genre.
absolution, because Andy does not belong there. He did not. I mean, I guess you could say he signed up for it by getting drunk and thinking about killing his wife, and that's his original. That's the sin that he's paying for. But I
Yeah.
mean, does he deserve what he gets for that? No.
No.
And everybody can, I think, relate. So
Yeah.
I think if you said to most people, name your favorite escape film, most of them would say Shawshank, just because it's like in the zeitgeist more than any of these other films, really.
I mean, it's up there for me. The Shawshank Redemption is one of the greatest films ever
Yeah.
made. Period.
That,
if you
that
ask
and the
me.
Green Mile, like prison film.
Yeah, and I think it works as across multiple genre, but even stripping all of that away just as a film that was made, gosh, it is so good. And the score is limited but great. And I don't know. I really like it. It is different from the book. It is different.
Dude, when he locks himself in the office and plays that Italian opera song, I replayed that shit so many times when I got the DVD. That was dope, dude.
It has got one of the worst movie mistakes of all time in it, though, with the poster.
Yes.
Because it's back in again.
With the what?
The poster actually backs onto another cell, so he can't escape out of that poster through a wall.
Yeah.
Have you never noticed that? Beast is like, oh my god.
You could
You've just changed my
theoretically
world.
write it off as, oh, maybe they moved him cells
just
off
artistic
screen
license,
or something. Because again, once you're in a cell, are you there forever? No, they do move you around periodically.
Yeah.
But yeah, right.
It's all the time.
Yeah, it's sort of like the wall with the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. You know, it walks off, and then all of a sudden, the same place where it walked off, they push a Jeep over a cliff. It's like that's not a cliff if the T-Rex walked out of it. But
Yep.
Yeah.
At least a Snickers bar didn't lead to his escape, so you know.
Bro.
a
If you know,
rat
you know.
flip a switch to turn on a
I
Oh,
love
that's right.
to bring
I
a guy
forgot
back
about that in
from
the latest one.
I stopped
Oh.
watching the film after that. I turned the film off.
The fucking Snickers Raptor.
I was like,
Raptor,
no.
Get that out of my mind. It was so bad.
It's like, you seriously tell me they thought that would fly this day and age? A freaking
Father Goose.
candy wrapper.
Everybody seen Father Goose?
What?
I do believe that isn't that Cary Grant and there's a French actress. They're on a boat.
Yeah, Cary Grant is Father Goose. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good film actually. They're stuck on a boat and he has to basically fix it. It's a nun, but she's like beautiful, a beautiful French woman. She's only ever been in that one film.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
She's one of the hottest women in the world at that point. She really is beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good film. Again, Old Man Hatfield giving that one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
We could class it as escape. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, because they are stuck. Like African, it's got African Queen vibes to it. So it's the same sort of.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
All right, y'all. We coming up on that time. I need to dip out. So y'all want to wrap this up? Y'all good?
Yeah, I've got to bounce as well. It's getting quite late.
Start.
Yeah. All right, so let's go around the panel. Everybody, let the people know where you be at and what you up to. Mr. Graham Robbins, you up first, man. Where you be at? What you up to, bro?
Yeah, man. I will be back tomorrow for the Monday mashup, and then Thursday. We have a tie. What are we doing for the verses?
Well,
actually,
let's give the thing to Macarah.
Our Thursday verses. We actually have a different verses on Thursday. It's our Sin City versus the Crow.
I'm sorry.
because they maintained Rage today.
No, that's this Thursday. That was the following. Amy and I rewatched she'd never seen The Crow, so we watched it.
I love The Crow.
God, it holds up so well. I hadn't seen it since it came out, and I watched it again.
I said at the time though with Donna, that does mean we kind of have to watch the newer version of The Crow.
No,
it doesn't.
No, we don't.
It doesn't.
Oh my God.
We absolutely fucking do not. Pigeon.
I've watched 10 minutes of it and I walked away.
I sooner hit myself in the head with this.
Are we trying to reenact the misery right now?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna have fucking Robert whack Pigeon with his leg pretty soon. That's what's gonna happen.
I can mail this to Tommy and see if Tommy will go over there. I can do it.
I will not be on the Monday mashup or Thursday because I'm going to watch the new Crow and then kill myself. So
in Minecraft,
or
in
Minecraft.
Yeah.
I will cease to exist in Minecraft. So
let's do this for the verses then. The first person to type 1 in the chat gets the choice of what the verses is.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Livid Pigeon, what you up to, Burb?
I'm not really on X at the moment because I'm still bloody limited. It's fallen to pieces, X. But I will be.
So Michael wins.
I think Halo is out on Tuesday on Game Pass, so I'm going to play that and see what the difference. A lot of people are really pissed off with that game. But I'm not so much of a fanboy for Halo that I'm really that worried about it. But I'm going to give it a playthrough on Twitch. As one of my first playthroughs on that for a while. So I'm going to go through that, see what that's like. And I've still got this video to do of flipping Agent Kim Reactivated, which is a great film, a great show. I recommend it. If you like Korean stuff, it's a very good show. It's on Netflix.
All right. Agent Kim Reactivated, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Michael Moose wins with 1. Michael Moose, what do you want to choose as the verses? Give him the choices.
All right, Miss Macarah, what are you up to, sis? Where you be at?
I got nothing going on really until Wednesday, and that's real talk. And then I'll be back again on Sunday. So yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Darth Jaeger from over on Chilled Monkey Brains. What you up to, my brother? Where you be at?
Hey, thanks for having me on, boys and girls. Got a video dropping tomorrow that axes that age-old question. Is Star Trek Nemesis really all that bad? Then in a couple weeks,
Yes.
I got I got a review of the 3 versions of Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. So check out the channel if you like that sort of thing. I'm usually be causing trouble in various YouTube chats, having a lot of fun. So I'll see you around, and thanks again for having me on.
The answer to that
Yeah.
question, boy, howdy, has that changed for me in the last few years?
Exactly.
Oh,
I said yes back then. Now, no. Better than what we got now.
All right, Mr. Steel Leg of History himself, Robert. What you doing, brother? Where you be at?
Here tomorrow, doing my gaming stream and just trying to make sure my niece don't get in too much trouble because I'll be babysitting her as well while she's in summer vacation, and giving mom some break because she is worn out with the heat and the bad storms we're getting hit with almost daily here in Virginia.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Michael has chosen the verses.
Trading Places versus Blues Brothers.
Oh, good. Trading Places is a great
Nice.
movie.
We will do. I'm assuming we will do the other one at some point, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We'll-
that one
we'll
goes back
we'll
into
put
the
it up.
rotation.
Yeah.
And so that was Donna. You can do that one on your outro. When was that set for?
That one's going to be an August versus.
Okay.
August.
But the one that we have coming up Thursday is, of course, the original OG Crow with Sin City. That's our versus for Thursday. Darth is going to be joining us. John Ambler is going to be here. Roland is going to try to be here. Late and gay. Pigeon is going to try to be here.
I'll
He
be
can't
there.
decide.
No, I'll be there for Thursday. It's fine.
I know you will be because you always say you might make it and you always show up anyway.
Monday I might not get to, but I'll probably be in chat. But
Yeah, you're like that bad penny we can't get rid of. It just keeps turning up.
Stop licking pennies.
Nobody made a joke about it that time. All right, I'm past it.
Yeah.
Somebody get me a taxi out of here, please. Thank you very much.
All right. You good, sis?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm Beastman, bro. Ocean Man Productions. Go ahead and follow me over on the X. The Beast 87 and Ocean Man Prod 87. I will not be on the show tomorrow. I have a prior engagement. I'm not sure if she's streaming it, but I will be playing my very first D&D tabletop RPG type game with friend of the channel, Goldie, with a bunch of her nerds. So that's going to be really fucking awesome.
It's fun. You'll like it.
No, yeah. So this is like, you know what I mean? I've never actually played. So I'm hoping I enjoy it.
You got a good dungeon master, it's a blast. If they
Oh
suck,
no,
it's
hey,
I've always wanted. It's one of those
Goldie
I've always
yeah.
wanted to, but just never really got around to it. But it's like all the Dungeons and the Steve Jackson and Livingston books. I was really into them as a kid and stuff. So I just went down that road. But yeah, I'd love to do that. If we ever do that, I'd be in on that.
Yeah. Go ahead, all y'all in the chat and even on the panel, man. Go check out the Eclectic Goat. She's good people, man.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, she's good people. But yeah, that's pretty much me. I'll be back Thursday with most of these peoples. Y'all take care, man. Tell the ones you love that you love them, and as always, remain blessed. We out of here, yo. Peace.